through Eurofins, which is the #1 testing company in the world. So highest quality, highest therapeutic ingredients, and fantastic proven results.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure if he can pull up the video. We're having a little bit of internet issues here. I think I can.
He thinks he
As
can.
Henry Ford said, if a man thinks he can or cannot,
he's right.
Why is that, Joe?
Because if he thinks he can, he can. And if he thinks he can't, he can't.
Yes,
it's all on how you think.
Your first step of action is the mind, the thought. So let's see Philly Phil's. This is a great video, one of our VIP dinners, on a gentleman that was walking with the cane, osteoarthritis, and used the SPMs.
Gotta hear that again.
Come on. We gotta get this over. They picked the cane away. They didn't need it after 3 months.
So a guy came into your store with a cane, and in 3 months he threw it away.
He threw the cane away. He didn't
And
need
what did you help him with?
SPM.
Woo. Short and sweet, just like us, Joe.
Beautiful.
Guy came in with a cane, used SPMs at 3 soft gels once or twice a day, and after 1 month, what did he do with the cane?
Threw it away. Wow, powerful. Powerful testimonials.
You know, we have a lot of these testimonials on our website.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you go?
You go to just nutritionalfrontiers.com. And there, education tab down, you'll see testimonials and videos.
Simple and easy.
Easy.
We created this website so you have an interactive community where we can go and share all the incredible research, testimonials, education, videos of us, books, flyers, booklets. There's so much on this website, and it's really starting to get a nice flow to it.
Yes, it is.
Where more and more people are using it. So we're looking for feedback. We're constantly updating the site thanks to Philly Phil, one of his many jobs and responsibilities. You know, this guy didn't stop there. He does it all for us. So thanks, Phil. The site looks great. And one of the things that we highlight on the website is DMG, otherwise known as?
Oh, this is dimethylglycine, darn mighty good.
Mighty good.
Or Dr. Mike Gallagher.
Yeah.
He get that for a nickname, too.
So 3 U.S. patents, melanoma, RA, and OA. So let's take a look at the research on this. We need to flip-flop those. But if you look on these slides, these are the culture cells, right?
Yes.
And what they did is they have tumors. That's the black spots on the cells that you see. These are tumors. And, you know, normally when you have cancer tumors growing, they'll kill all cells around. And it's like the Blob, that old movie, right? It can keep growing and expanding throughout the body. Medicine has helped when cancer is localized, right? It doesn't usually help when it spreads.
Right. Once it spreads, it's
yeah. You gotta be very focused on your plan, folks. However, we do know DMG has a U.S. patent on the treatment of melanoma in animals. So they took these cells and they injected them with DMG. And look what happened, Joe.
Look at the reduction in black.
See that?
Wow. That's incredible. You don't see that with anything else. This should be front page news, folks. But you're
Might
only
be
going
a
to get
great
it
article
here.
for the L.A. Tribune
Yeah.
Review.
Oh,
You have
I
any
know.
connections
I think
there?
we know somebody there.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't forget about us, but maybe they could put that on the website.
You know she's watching and your phone's going to blow up.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's good. That means that people are watching. So we have DMG, darn mighty good. We use it by itself, and we also have it in about 30 formulas.
Yes.
So how does it work? Just remember, DMG will break down in the body, so you do not have to.
That's right. And that means methylation. Breaking down is methylation. Breaking down toxins and all the bad guys so that your body can get rid of them.
Yeah, I call it like the traffic cop. It waves all the traffic through, especially when your body's congested, so that you can accomplish and get to where you need to get to, right? Oftentimes in the body, when you have these congestion areas, the body will try and go around and take a shortcut, right? However, those can be dangerous and take a lot longer, and you may never get there.
Right. What I love about this slide, Jamie, is you see DMG at the top, and at the bottom, there's that nutrient we were talking about, glutathione.
Yeah, the master antioxidant in the body. And I want to clear up one misunderstanding in our field. You do not just detoxify in the liver.
No.
You detoxify in all the cells of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the liver is the master filter of the body, where everything is going to be processed to be excreted, right? Hopefully through the urine, through the bowels, through the skin, or through exhalation, and women through, stages of life and childbearing years through healthy menstrual cycles. You should detoxify in a healthy way every day. That's not the case because we have an imbalance now,
Right.
where there's an overload of toxins, and the body is not as efficient as excreting these things. You can't keep up with the demand, Joe.
No, you can only ask so much of your liver. It's working overtime.
It's like we have going on right now down in Tampa. If the rain's coming in fast and you can bail it out, it doesn't matter what kind of pump you have.
Right.
It's not going to be able to keep up with the demand. In normal conditions, it can.
Right.
When the conditions are against you, you cannot. And that's often the time. So when does a disease start?
When the conditions are perfect.
Yes. And when does the disease go away?
When the conditions are perfect.
So we have to rebalance the body and get the conditions in our favor, right?
Yep.
And if you look at all the formulas that have DMG in it, we have it by itself. Let's see which ones I took today. I took the CoQ10 chewables. I took 3 of those this morning. I took the super creatine that has DMG in it. I have a confession to make, Joe. I took the Woman's Complete this morning.
You ran out of Men's Complete.
No,
well, that's funny.
I like the Woman's Complete.
We always said
hey.
we came out with the Women's Complete first.
You know what I do before I take it? I cover up the woe.
Oh.
So it's Men's Complete.
We always said it was made for a woman and strong enough for a man.
Yes. What other ones have I taken? I take the colors today. I'll do my shaking a little bit. I took Super B Complete today. I took Live Complete. So you see, I've probably gotten about 5 or 6 versions of DMG without taking it by itself. That's the idea of these comprehensive formulations, Joe.
That's right.
So I ask people, are you on a formulation in a customized program, or are you just taking some vitamins?
Yeah, they probably don't even really know the answer to that question. You know what I love about this list, James? We were showing glutathione, talking about it. We have in, say, Live Complete, we have our Emothion, right? Our patented bioavailable glutathione, but we also have DMG that helps even more with glutathione production.
Yeah, and we're putting more than one super biohackers in these really comprehensive formulations. That's the difference, folks, with our over 200 years experience on our team.
Not all mine.
No?
No.
Okay, not me too. I got 33 years. Coming up on 34 real soon, right here in December. So, wow, 34 years. And, we're just hitting our prime. So when people see most of these companies that our colleagues and our friends and we've worked for have been sold to huge conglomerates, Nutritional Frontiers is owned by me and my family, 100%. And same with the World of Wellness. So we're looking forward to continuing on our mission of what?
Making the world healthy.
One person at a time. And we do this with some of our comprehensive formulations like the CoQ10 that has DMG and CoQ10 in it. When we looked at the research for any kind of neurological issues, dementia, Parkinson's, even looking at Alzheimer's, the dosing on CoQ10 was 1,200 milligrams.
Yes.
If you're taking a 50 milligram, that'd be 24 per day. It's too many. Even 100 or 200 is too many. So we actually have a Parkinson's video. I don't know if Phil's able to play it with the technology issues we're having today, but I'm sure he can figure it out. So this is actually a patient for Dr. Patrick Good outside of Erie, PA, off of Route 6. And you can tell by his office, he's been there since the 70s. And normally with a testimonial video, you'll see the after. This is the before, during, and after. So we can narrate a little bit when we're going through this, but I'll let Phil hit it. So Parkinson's patients have difficulty balancing, so riding a bike would be out of the question. Standing on one leg is really difficult. And then, the arms don't move a lot, and the feet kind of shuffle along. All right, so you can see this gentleman couldn't really balance on one foot really well. Arms are and not moving. The face looks distraught. It doesn't look real happy or full of joy, right? So here's him on 4 days of the protocol, Joe. Look at his legs and arms moving already.
I've seen this I see it.
Yeah, after 9 days, balancing on one leg. Now, folks, he couldn't stand on one leg before. Now look at him, going back and forth after only 9 days. That tells me how nutritionally deficient this gentleman was, how toxic he was, and how he used therapeutic ingredients, how quick and fast you get the results. Here he is almost 3 weeks later, Joe, riding a bike for the first time in over 10 years. This is making the World Health Day. I can see our team up there smiling, right? Look at this guy's face has changed. He can put his foot down on the bike and maintain balance when he couldn't stand on one leg 3 weeks earlier. Now you see him 61 days later, 2 months later, continuing the results, walking, looking like a regular person walking. The feet are nice, not shuffling. He's going heel to toe, arms are moving. Fantastic speed and pace that he's working at. Arms are moving. His whole demeanor has changed in only 2 short months. He's continued to get the results on the program. 4 or 5 years later, we can pause on the protocol, and that way Joe can break it down for us. So we have CoQ10, not 1.
4 twice a day. Now, you might think, it's a lot. These are chewable. They're easy to take. You chew one, you chew another. You do 4 at breakfast, you do 4 later in the day at lunch, and you're getting 2,400 milligrams of CoQ10 and 2,400 milligrams of DMG in just that formula.
I would say it's a therapeutic
Definitely
dosing.
therapeutic.
Is it?
Yes, absolutely. The original Parkinson's protocol was CoQ10, omega-3, and here it is, omega-3D, and you don't need a lot, just a few soft gels, 2 and 2, which is what we recommend to most people. And then we topped it off with our full spectrum hemp oil because of its effect on the endocannabinoid system, which affects the central nervous system. Beautiful.
It gives me chills every time watching that video. And people ask me why I work 8 days a week. That's why.
That's why. You said, look at the look on his face. Can you imagine the life-changing feeling he must have?
It's incredible. It changes our life, right? It gives you hope. And also lets you know, like, hey, you can get results regardless. Hippocrates, 400 BC, said, let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine. If you give the body what it needs, it can heal itself. Were you there with him when he said that at his seminar?
One of my relatives told me about it.
That was a little before our time.
A little bit, yeah.
So it brings us up to, we talked about earlier about these toxins. And I was at a seminar with this medical doctor right before we started Nutritional Frontiers, January 2008, down in Orlando with the late, great international icon, Dr. James Weiner. And it was interesting what this doctor was talking about. He was talking about that since the 20s with plastics and DuPont, we've been exposed to 5 generations of toxins in only 2. Our body has not been able to evolve quick enough at the rate that we're exposed to. And I said, well, which ones? He says plastics, pesticides, solvents, dioxins. These all started in the 20s, right? And sure enough, he showed me this. And I'd seen this earlier from Dr. Bob Rakowski. He says, look at the U.S. EPA xenobiotic study from 1982. There hasn't been another one because they already knew the answer. So they took a cross-section of the gluteus maximus adipose tissue, which means fat from the butt. Why?
Because toxins reside in fat cells.
Yes. So if you're struggling with weight, do you see why we may want to do a detox first, Joe, a cleansing? Because Dr. Bob and Dr. Rakowski and Dr. Christy Hughes and Dr. Tracy always say, what comes first, the toxin or the fat cell? And what's the answer?
Well, the fat cell is always there. The toxin then will add and reside in it. And once it's there to stay unless you do something about it.
Yeah, because the body's solution to pollution is dilution. The fat cells will swell. You don't gain a lot of fat cells after puberty.
Right.
But they will swell. And sometimes we feel swollen, like after the holidays, right? Maybe Monday after a Steeler game, if you go down there and have a couple beverages and some provocative food, Joe.
Yes.
You know, you may swell a little bit the next day or two, right? So the reason is the fat cells are swelling, and we have these toxins throughout our body, over 100% for the top 5.
I just, when a lot of times when I present this slide, I take out that year and I ask people to try to guess what year this was. Nobody can believe this was 1982. So if we were that toxic then, what are we now?
Worse. Because there's one I call this the super deadly toxin.
The big one.
So settle down, Joe. I know you're excited over this one. Glyphosate,
Yes.
right? Otherwise known as Roundup. Now, you may say you don't use Roundup in your yard. Okay? Well, you ever been on a golf course? You ever been at your neighbor's house? You ever been at a park, right? A community center?
Oh,
baseball
God,
field?
I didn't even think of that.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been outside? It's become part of our ecosystem. It's what we call an endocrine disruptor.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, look, it's going to disrupt the balance of hormones in your body. Effectively, the estrogen testosterone balance, because this is going to be something called a xenoestrogen, which comes from the environment.
Yeah, Dr. Judy Mikovits, PhD and author of Plandemic and a brand ambassador for Nutritional Frontiers, got her book right there, Ending the Plague, right? She says that the glyphosate will actually attach to your cell, and it's like a reverse vacuum. It'll suck more toxins in to the cell and further disrupt the cell's function. Right? Remember back in the 7th grade where we drew the cell?
Sure.
We had the cell membrane and the
Nucleus in the
ribosomes,
middle.
right? And we had the mitochondria, the blast furnace. Well, we made it really simple on the drawing. It's a very complex system, and it all works in concert. It's like the symphony that Doc used to go to, or the Pittsburgh defense. When it's working in concert together, it works well. What if one of the defenders like TJ Watt is out?
Yeah, you're missing a big piece of the puzzle.
It doesn't work as well, right? So this is the same thing what Roundup will do, this glyphosate. And it's not only in Roundup, but where is the biggest source that we're exposed?
Our crops,
Food.
right?
Yeah.
Food.
It's in the food. So no need to panic.
No.
You need to have a plan in place.
But you got to know about it, right? I mean, you could go to the supermarket and buy all kinds of great vegetables and fruits, take them home and eat them. You think you're doing the right thing. Well, you are. But if they're not organic, USDA certified, they're loaded with Roundup and glyphosate.
And even if they are, they may have residue from the
sure
environment, from the rain and everything.
Yes.
Dr. Bob says it best, right? What's inside the apple will at least help me of what's outside the apple. He says, what about when you're eating a Twinkie?
There's nothing inside or outside that's going to help.
Right. It's
No,
all bad.
It's all bad.
I just saw a video of a guy that's cleaning out his mom's house. They found a box of Twinkies from 40 years ago, maybe more. It was the 70s. It was in the closet. It was like the cardboard box that was kind of crushed.
Yeah.
And he opened it, and he wasn't a scientist. He held it up and goes, even the bugs don't like it.
No.
Not good for the bugs.
No.
Not good for humans, right? So let's look at detoxification pathways, because we say detox, 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 detox all day long. What does it mean? It's actually a very complex 4-phase system.
Yes.
That is a very energy-dependent process. It requires a tremendous amount of nutrients. Think about if you're going to clean your garage. The more toxic you are, the more energy it needs. If you've, like this gentleman that was cleaning out his mom's basement, that thing hadn't been cleaned since the 70s. Takes a lot of work, right? A lot of energy. Now, if you keep your body clean, it doesn't take as much, and the effects aren't quite as dramatic. So the more toxic you are, the longer it's been since you've done a cleansing program, the more dramatic it is. However, I tell people at least once a year, right?
At least.
And I also think that you should do it seasonally, even if it was for a long weekend.
Yes. Quarterly, I think, is by far the best balance.
Yeah, and now we have, a 3-day program, a 7-day program. You can do it as long as you want. And all we do is we ramp up on the nutrients and then calm them down, because you want to take a program that has all the solutions for all 4 phases, because if any of these phases are not supported, the toxin will not be excreted out of the body.
Right.
It's a key point, Joe.
It is. And you have to support each of these 4 phases. And, years ago, people were only really aware of 2 phases, right? But we know that elimination phase is one of the most important.
Yeah, because phase 1 takes a lot of vitamins and minerals, antioxidants,
Yeah.
cruciferous vegetables.
You think we've done this before?
Yeah, once or twice. The challenge is a lot of people can't get from phase 1 to phase 2. Why is that?
Nutrient depletion.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have the nutrients to enable the organ to work.
That's half the side. The other flip side is an overload of toxins.
There it is.
Remember our favorite show growing up? I Love Lucy. One of the classic shows. It still holds up. And the reason I love that show so much
Reruns, folks. We watched it on reruns.
The acting was incredible, but Lucy was always fighting Ricky that she was going to get her own job, right? And her and Ethel got the job at the chocolate factory inspecting the chocolates, right?
Yeah.
And they had the older German, really mean woman, and she starts off the machine real slow, and it's one chocolate at a time comes by. They inspect it, and they put it down. They're doing good, right?
Yep.
So that's our body in a normal environment where we're healthy and we're able to identify toxins coming in. We handle them. Even normal metabolic processes, we can get rid of the waste, right?
Sure.
Bowel movements are good. Urination's good. We're sweating. We're having good cycles if you're a woman during those years, right? We're exhaling. We're breathing real well. That's in a great environment. And then what happened when the boss turned up the machine and the chocolates come more rapidly?
Sure, they couldn't keep up. And guess what?
Do?
More of them started getting by.
Well, first they started putting them
Stuff
everywhere,
them
in their mouth, in their bra, in their pockets, in their back pockets, in their hand, and then eventually they couldn't even handle that, so the toxin just kept coming by. That's like someone where the toxins are coming out of their skin,
Yeah.
right? A rash, psoriasis, eczema, whatever it may be, right? The body can't get rid of them, so it's trying to push them through the skin.
Yeah. The last
So,
detox
folks,
organ.
if you have too many toxins coming in, you can't support their detoxification or a combination of both. We need one is to stop the bleeding. You need to ingest a lot less of the toxins. Number 2, you need to support your body's ability to detoxify.
That's right. Yeah, you got to help it out. Yeah, in a perfect world, it wouldn't need your help, but right now.
In phase 3, we're going to help get those through the kidney and bladder. And phase 4, eliminate through the body, through the colon, the skin, your cycles, exhalation, right? And also bowel movements. I like to utilize a complete program, which is the Ultimate Shake, the Greens, and the Live Complete. Think of the Ultimate Shake and the Greens as food.
That's right. Perfect food.
Why would we want to have food as part of this program, Joe?
You have to fortify your body to handle the detoxification process.
Yeah, and we know most of the toxins are coming from the products you eat that you think is food.
Yeah.
So if we're eliminating that food, we're limiting or eliminating that product.
The source.
We need to support the body.
That's right.
If you just join the Shake a Day Club, I guarantee you will feel better in 1 month.
That's right.
It is a budget buster because it's less expensive than food at the grocery store. And it includes all your prebiotic, probiotic, and enzymes.
Yes, macro, micro, you name it. It's
What else?
all there.
Essential fatty
the 90
acids.
essential nutrients are all
What about
there.
your phytonutrients?
All there
Yeah.
in the greens.
So under
Yes.
$5 for breakfast, you can get everything you need in one, including your vitamins and minerals.
That's right.
Just by doing the Shake a Day.
It's unbeatable. I mean, I challenge somebody to show me why that wouldn't work. You can't. You can't go to and buy this crap in the drive-thrus for $5 anymore.
So we talked about emollient earlier. This is the most bioavailable glutathione. This is in which 2 formulas?
Well, and it's basically you have it in the ones that are involved in this process. Our greens, okay, both versions of it, apple, cinnamon, and chocolate, and in our most complete detoxification formula capsule, Live Complete.
Did you say 2 versions of greens?
Yes.
Which one's your favorite?
I love the original. Yeah, I don't.
Apple Jacks?
Yes. Yeah, the original was excellent. I used to drink it with my meals, just as my beverage.
Yeah, this is a good alternative to cereal because you're getting Apple Jacks and the apple cinnamon. I'm getting Count Chocula
Yes.
in the chocolate flavor. So you can have a lot of fun. These flavors are great. It reminds me of hot cocoa
Yeah.
and Apple Jacks. So you can do them as a standalone. Why not throw them right in a scoop of vanilla protein,
There
Joe?
it is. Now you got it all.
So let's look at the studies. What they did in the first study, this looks at glutathione in the system, right? So they depleted glutathione by ingesting a lethal toxin, right? These are in animal studies. And they depleted glutathione levels. Then they want to see how can we increase them. Regular glutathione, pretty good, 50%.
Okay.
Right?
Not bad.
NAC, 66. We're getting better. What about emollient?
That's an incredible statistic. 140% improvement.
Yeah, over what the levels
Incredible.
were originally.
Yeah.
That's how bioavailable.
Oh.
That just tells us it gets in the cell.
Yes.
We want to see how well does it support liver function. That's what's cool about a lot of the studies, right? It's like BioCell and the HA Plus for joints and skin. We showed it gets in the blood, but also in the joint and does something. The emollient that's in the Live Complete in greens, most bioavailable form of glutathione on the planet, it gets in the cells. And how does it affect the function? So follow me on this one. When the body's exposed to toxins, liver enzymes will go up.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because they're trying to fight and rid the body of the toxins.
Yeah, they're working harder.
They're working. It's their ammunition.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're under a blitz on defense.
Yes.
We need more people to block. Hold the running back in, right? It's like if we're an army and we're under attack, we need to call more of the soldiers in, right? So when enzymes go up, that's a normal reaction that we're being attacked. So when the liver enzymes were going up, they added in glutathione or NAC. The enzymes went up to about 5,000. So it did help. When they gave the emollient, the enzymes only went to 2,000.
Means it didn't have to work as hard.
No, worked twice as better. So gets in the blood and works well. And then here's a case study to support the efforts. Remember when our colleague's mom?
Yes.
Healthy 80-year-old woman, no medications, great weight, walked every day, garden, lived on her own, 82 years old, went to the doc for a checkup, and what did the doc tell her?
You're fine. You're just getting old.
Well, you need to get a shot.
Oh, that. I didn't want to say it.
Yes, you can say it. So she got the vaccine, the jab, the shot, whatever you want to call it. She got it because the doctor said this will help prevent you getting sick. Within 24 hours, her arm hurt and was numb. It spread throughout her arm over the next 2 days. Within a week, it went to her legs and throughout her body to the point she couldn't walk, let alone live on her own. Had to move in with the daughter, and the grandkids were home from college. Welcome home for the summer, Joe. You got to take care of Grandma, who's been diagnosed with myocarditis. Her liver enzymes, which should be around 100, went to 6,215.
I've never heard of a number that high before.
Over 6,000.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
We just showed you the extreme study where we went to 5,000. Hers were higher. We decided to see if we can help detoxify her. We put her on 1 serving of Ultimate Shake and 1 serving of greens per day and 3 Live Complete. Very therapeutic,
clean and lean
but a
kit.
simple protocol.
Yep.
And then we saw her slowly improve to where her legs were working better.
That's an understatement, slowly improving. When you look at the change in those enzymes, unbelievable.
Yeah, that was in 4 months.
Wow.
You will see improvement sooner, right, on this protocol. I recommend everyone does this for a month before the holidays. Why not prepare yourself for what's going to come,
That's
Joe?
right.
You know, if the hurricanes coming, get the sandbags out. If the holidays are coming, do a detox. Cleanse up your body 1 month before. So here's what she did. And within 3 months, she got the blood levels back. And her enzyme went from 6,215 to what?
70.
Wow.
Below the normal level.
Unbelievable. That's enzymes of 70 for a person that had enzymes over 6,000.
It's so powerful. I mean, most people will look at that and say, no, try it. Try it yourself. This is powerful. It's our
If you
Clean
don't
and
believe
Lean
me,
kit.
ask Dr. Bob Rakowski. I don't know if we have his video up from the website. It's 34 seconds of pure bliss. Dr. Bob says it all when he talks about this protocol.
All right, happy, beautiful evening. All right, happy, beautiful evening. Dr. Bob Rakowski, functional medicine specialist, Houston, Texas. For about 5 years now, I've been working with Nutritional Frontiers. Absolutely love them. Detox formula is absolutely the best. I love their Calm Days. By the way, I also love their Omega SPMs. If you're not familiar with those, might be the best advance in nutrition, who knows, of this entire century. What I love most about them, customer service, always putting their doctors first, helping us win through great products, great education, service second to none.
That's my favorite part.
Well,
Service second to none.
if Dr. Bob says it, you know it's true. This guy's been a pioneer in functional medicine. You couldn't tell, Joe. I think he's in his 50s, right? Pushing 60. But the guy's in great shape, super passionate. And I love what he said, at our last event. He says, if you want to partake in a treat, if that's a glass of wine or splitting a dessert, at your dinner when you go out, you better earn it. He says, that's by living a healthy lifestyle every day.
Right.
Then you earn the treat. And second, you biohack, you buffer the treat. So if you have a glass of wine, Joe, how do you biohack it?
Well, one of the best methods is a little capsule called Glucolize.
Yeah.
Help with the sugar, because
Absolutely.
there's sugar in wine.
If you can eat a little more volume of food, I like taking 2 Probzyme before I leave my house and 2 when I get to the restaurant. So I got 4 Probzyme in me because I know I need extra support to digest a larger meal. Another way to biohack is by doing a shake a day, especially on the holidays. Thanksgiving doesn't start, the meal until what, 2 o'clock, even in your house, right? Some people 4 or 6 p.m. So in the morning, do a shake or 2. If you skip those meals, you'll overeat too quickly.
That's right.
So thanks, everyone. Appreciate all support. Come on down. We are live at the World of Wellness, Wellness Week, number 109, 2419 Baldwick Road, right in the heart of Pittsburgh, PA. If you need directions, you have any questions, you like to place an order, call the office, 412-922-9355, 412-922. That is well. And then if not, you can go right to our website, WOW, WOWPGH.com. That's WOWPGH.com. Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks for an incredible team this week, doing an awesome job. And thanks to Philly Phil on the board, even with all the technology difficulties today.
That doesn't stop them.
Doesn't stop him at all. Doing a great job. So thanks, everyone.